Welcome to Stopping Goliath. My name is J Kimmel. Today we're going to be discussing the erosion of our rights here in this country and abroad to worship our God. There's a link to an article in the description of this video you can go check out later. It's from wgn.org, and it has some of the information that I'm going to pull into the report that I'm going to talk to you about. If you, when this video is over, think that other people should also know this truth, please like our video, subscribe to our channel, and if you do subscribe, hit that notify bell so you'll know every time we drop a new video. And please share this content with your friends and comment. We would love to know what you think about this topic. So on May the 1st, the U.S. Commission on International Religious Freedom, which is the USCIRF, which is supposed to be a bipartisan government agency, released its annual report. And unfortunately, there was some bad news in this report. It wasn't really unexpected, but it certainly wasn't good. We now have more than 75% of the world's countries that have either low or very low levels of religious freedom based on government interference. In other words, the governments of those countries are interfering with people's rights to worship God. So the report revealed that not much has changed in the places that we stereotypically think of as being hostile to the faith. Places like North Korea, China, Burma, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. Moreover, a number of countries have become more dangerous for Christians in recent years. Most notably, Cuba. And I've been to Cuba. It wasn't too good before, but it's gotten worse. Vietnam, Nicaragua, and especially violent Nigeria, where thousands of Christians are being slaughtered every single year now. So here in the United States, religious freedom is our first and fundamental freedom. It's a big deal. Our forefathers believed it was such a big deal that it was first on the list of freedoms to protect. And religious liberty is not just the right of private worship. That certainly is part of it, but it is so much more than that. And this is a quote, the first is the right of every human being freely to believe in religious truths or not to believe, uncoerced by any human authority, especially the state with its extraordinary powers. And even so, our government and our school systems both prohibit Christianity inside their walls and promote a woke religion of their own. And the truth is, we're forced to agree with them, with their ideology, with their religion, if you would, or we have severe consequences. The second right, and this comes out of this report, the second right is to join with others in our religious community. In other words, the right to assemble, the right to go to church. But we saw during especially the pandemic, those rights really erode. We were prohibited from assembling, and we were prohibited under the guise of public safety. They used public safety as an excuse for us not to get together. In some states, people weren't even allowed to sing, as if somehow that was going to spread COVID. The third assertion of the Charter affirms the right for religious-informed arguments to be made in the public square. In other words, the right to freely speak your mind, to say what you believe is true. It's the right to free speech. But we all know what happens now if establishment disagrees with what you're saying. What happens to your Facebook account, your YouTube account, your Instagram account if you say things that they don't agree with? You know what happens. You get canceled, right? At the end of most of these videos, I ask you to share these truths. And you know what? Some of you don't because you're afraid of the consequences. It's the reality of the world we live in today. So what can we do about it? The first thing, as always, we can be praying. We can be praying that those who are deceived would see the truth. We can pray that the powers overseas, the governments in many cases, and if not the government, the people who live in those other countries, the radicals who are murdering Christians, that they'd be stopped. The Lord can stop them, and it's up to us. It's up to us to step out where God has called us to try to stop the violence that's going on all over the world. And right here at home, you can vote for people who will uphold our rights. Look, you know whether a particular politician is going to vote in favor of religious rights or against them. There are very few surprises anymore in terms of political ideology. You know how someone's going to vote on a topic like that long before you ever cast your ballot. So vote for people who will uphold what's right, your right to speak in public. And the last thing you can do, of course, is share this information with your friends. And I just talked to you about the fact that you could get canceled. You know what? That's true. But we all have to make choices. We all have to decide what's important and what's not important. If this is something you feel is important, then share this information. Even if you simply send somebody a link on your text and share this video with them, that will get the word out. And if we do sound the alarm, you see, because it's up to us. It's not up to anybody else. It's up to you and it's up to me to sound the alarm and tell people what's actually happening in the world and what's actually happening right here at home in the USA. If we do that, all of those people who are spiritually asleep at the moment will be very glad that we did.